Where's the pancake mix?
Oh, was that? Yeah, it was. Sorry.
I was gonna make you birthday pancakes. I swear.
You know, I don't really like pancakes.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 things you missed in The Last of Us Season 1.
What happened to them?
Maybe they didn't follow the rules and they all got infected.
For this list, we're looking at the best references, Easter eggs, and foreshadowing from the first season of the post-apocalyptic series. If you aren't caught up to the show or haven't played The Last of Us games, beware of major spoilers ahead. Which show survivor would you go on a non-apocalyptic road trip with? Let us know in the comments. Number 20, a brief but brilliant gas mask nod.
How the hell are you breathing in this stuff?
I wasn't lying to you.
In the original The Last of Us games, having a gas mask was essential for every survivor. The source material allowed the virus to be spread through airborne spores. If a survivor was unlucky enough to go into an area covered in the material, they could easily turn.
Help me. My mask broke. Don't leave me to turn.
The production may have ditched that plot point to avoid mimicking the Mandalorian and covering Pedro Pascal's face.
I need to remove your helmet if I am to save you. Try it and I'll kill you.
However, Bill gave fans a nice tease of what gas masks would look like in a live-action The Last of Us series. This nod to a game mechanic perfectly fit the character's sense of paranoia and preparedness. But we won't expect to see Joel borrowing that particular item for his live-action road trip.
So what now?
We grab what we can.
Number 19, musical Easter eggs.
Dad?
When Sarah is awoken by the sounds of chaos, she slowly makes her way through her home. Viewers can briefly spot a guitar stationed in the living room. For fans of the franchise, the sight of the instrument alone might get them a bit choked up. During The Last of Us Part 2, Joel finds a guitar and takes the time to sing a sweet and sentimental song to Ellie.
If I ever were to lose you, I'd surely lose myself.
He then proceeds to give her the instrument to keep before promising to give her lessons. Unfortunately, Joel and Ellie don't get much time to work on music before they're tragically separated. Fortunately, she continues learning and eventually becomes a master guitar player. Number 18, Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey's ironic casting.
What are you doing?
Killing time.
What am I supposed to do?
I'm sure you'll figure that out.
It's time to address the Drogon-sized elephant in the room. Before playing Joel and Ellie on The Last of Us, Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey both played characters on Game of Thrones. They both coincidentally died on the show after facing huge opponents. Years after their roles ended on that HBO hit, they've been welcomed back again for another show on the same network. But the biggest casting gag lies in the premise.
Okay, here's the deal. We'll get her to your crew at the State House, but before we hand her over, they give us everything that we want. If not, we kill her, there and then. Deal.
As fans of the game know, the series will revolve around Joel reluctantly escorting a young and important being to a potentially shady location. Pedro Pascal has plenty of experience doing the same thing on The Mandalorian. While the Star Wars character had no problem smuggling a being, Joel ironically had some objections.
Who is she? To you, she's cargo.
We don't smuggle people. Sorry.
I can do it.
Number 17, paying homage to a complex survivor story.
I heard about places like this. People went underground after Outbreak Day.
After Joel reaches an underground hideout, the camera lingers on a drawing of a duo named Donnie and Ish. In the games, you never meet these people directly, but players can get their entire story by collecting a series of notes. Upon acquiring all the collectibles, you'll discover that Ish tried to stay away from the Horde by living on a boat.
Chris! Chris, move to the water!
When surviving on it became impossible, he eventually settled in the sewers with a group. Ish and his new ally Danny did their best to protect everyone. However, their world came crashing down when someone let infected into their community. While the final fate of these survivors is unknown in the game, the show may let us know what happened to them next.
What happened to them?
Maybe they didn't follow the rules and they all got infected.
Number 16, the doctor scene could have been darker.
Unhook her.
How did you get in here?
The Firefly surgeon who tried to stop Joel from saving Ellie ended up paying the ultimate price. As harrowing as it was to watch the protagonist execute a doctor, the scene could have been more unsettling. When players encountered the surgeon in the game, they had the option to go further and attack the 2 other doctors in the room. Anyone who chose to go that extra mile could have seen the medical professionals die in ways that are too gruesome to show here. Thankfully, the live-action Joel stops with the surgeon. At the same time, the fact that he eliminated innocence and may have denied the world a chance to get a cure still makes it hard to look at him the same way.
They've stopped looking for a cure.
Number 15. How'd she get that scar?
Wait, who gave you the black eye?
Tell me where you were.
During the course of the 7th episode, Ellie gets playfully attacked by her friend, receives a black eye, and gets a bite from an infected. While all of those incidents are fully explained, we're missing key details about one of her oldest marks. Ellie has a distinct eyebrow scar since the beginning of the show. However, we only get a very vague nod as to what caused it.
Rocky start. Could have been worse, though. Could have been a 7-Eleven situation.
No, thanks. I'd like to keep my other eyebrow in one piece.
This roundabout answer is a reference to another franchise running joke. Gamers have been curious about what exactly happened to Ellie's eyebrow since 2013. Although creator Neil Druckmann has been asked about it, he only hinted that the story would be revealed at a later time. We can only hope Ellie won't pull a Joker and will actually tell us the tale one day.
Well, you look nervous. Is it the scars? You want to know how I got them?
Number 14. The bloater actor worked on another notable infectious role. While all of the clickers on the show are scary, the bloater made the most frightening entrance.
Run! Find cover! Don't look back! Run!
The intimidating enemy was played by stuntman and performer Adam Basil. Over the years, he's worked on everything from The Northman to 2017's Beauty and the Beast. Pedro Pascal would probably appreciate that Basil worked on Game of Thrones too. But the role that mirrors the stunt performer's bloater character the most is Venom.
You said I could eat bad guys.
This again?
I need to be free.
In both Tom Hardy films, Basil served as a stand-in for the alien symbiote hero. The stuntman clearly has a knack for playing huge people who've been infected by foreign organisms.
He kept me hidden because he was ashamed. But look at me now. You love me. And I'm free.
Number 13. Joel's hearing loss was subtly hinted at before. The very observant Ellie was able to pick up on the fact that Joel has experienced hearing loss in his right ear.
The reason I asked whether you'd hear the glass or not is because I've noticed you don't hear too well from your right side.
While we don't know what made her come to that conclusion, there are a couple of moments in previous episodes that point to this reveal. When Joel is sleeping in his apartment, he sleeps with his left ear up. It's only when Tess comes in that he feels secure enough to switch sides. Additionally, Joel is surprised by attackers that approached him on his right side multiple times. This subtle running detail may become more important in crucial action scenes and plot points going forward.
Thing is I didn't hear that guy coming. He shouldn't have had to have.
Number 12. The hidden symbolism behind the big movie night.
Ellie, Garfield, I'm moving into the other room.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm a friend of Tony's. You know, Tony DeForest.
During the Kin episode, Ellie notably leaves a public screening of the rom-com The Goodbye Girl right in the middle of the film. She may have cut out early because the themes of the movie hit a little too close to home. In the famous film, lead character Paula is abandoned by her lover at the beginning of the story. After she starts developing feelings for a man named Elliot, she starts wondering if he'll take off too.
No, you go, Elliot. I want you to go. If you come back, fine. I'll be here putting up my wallpaper. And if not, that's okay too. I'll miss you. But I'll survive.
The movie's plot perfectly mirrors what happens between Ellie and Joel when he attempts to split the two of them up. Fortunately, neither she nor Paula gets abandoned by the person they've come to care about by the end of their respective stories.
You deserve a choice. I still think you'd be better off with Tommy.
Let's go.
Number 11. Bill's Home Depot trip leans on a popular meme.
So what, you were a prepper or something?
Survivalist.
Years after playing a tough Mr. Fix-It who dislikes the government on Parks and Rec, Nick Offerman played a tough Mr. Fix-It who dislikes the government on The Last of Us. Coincidentally, both characters have tons of musical talent as well, but the biggest visual similarity between the roles came early in the episode. In one of Parks and Rec's most famous and meme-worthy scenes, Offerman's Ron Swanson goes into a Lowe's to pick up vital items. While his cart is full, he completely brushes off an employee who tries to offer help with an iconic phrase.
Hi there. Is there a project you're working on? I know more than you.
The Last of Us appears to pay homage to this scene by having Bill make a trip of his own. Although he goes to Home Depot and the employees there are almost definitely already dead, it's hard not to visually compare the two Offerman characters. As an added bonus, the survivor does initially brush off Joel's offer to help with a DIY project.
They'll come at night, quiet and armed.
We'll be fine.
Number 10. Anna's last lullaby becomes one of Ellie's first loves.
Hi. Oh.
It's tragic that Ellie doesn't get to spend much time with her mother Anna before the two are torn apart. But the immune survivor does get a couple of gifts from her mom in that short time. Outside of the knife, Anna gave her daughter a subtle gift through the lullaby she was singing. If you listen very closely to the lyrics, it becomes clear the new mom was singing a tune by the band a-ha called The Sun Always Shines on TV. Ellie notably got her hands on a cassette full of the same band's best songs when she got older. Maybe she subconsciously likes a-ha so much because one of their hits was at the center of her memories of her mother.
No way. Check me out, man. This is so cool.
Number 9. The heroes are saved by Fungus.
What do you need? We have boots.
Medicine? Like for infections.
While Joel managed to survive getting a nasty wound from an enemy, he still had to deal with the consequences of a bad infection. Thankfully, Ellie was able to keep him stable until she traded for some penicillin.
All right, go talk to Howard. He's got a case with some penicillin. Bring back 2 bottles and a syringe.
The fact that this medicine helped is incredibly ironic. Penicillin couldn't exist without the help of fungi. As many viewers know by this point, the world of The Last of Us was completely wrecked by a not-so-fun guy that's known as Cordyceps. Outside of Joel, Ellie just managed to buy herself time by letting David know she was infected by fungi already. It looks like our heroes should recognize Fungus as the true MVP of their perilous journey.
I'm infected. And now so are you.
Number 8. Highlighting an important franchise song.
Does this make you all nostalgic?
This is actually before my time.
Right.
It's a winner, though.
During Joel and Ellie's road trip, they get enough downtime to listen to Alone and Forsaken by Hank Williams. This scene was inevitable due to the song's significance across the franchise. One of the very first trailers for The Last of Us used the track to underscore glimpses at the story and gameplay mechanics.
The roses have faded, there's frost at my door. The birds in the morning don't sing anymore.
After intriguing prospective players, the song was played within the first narrative as the duo drove towards Pittsburgh. The track was used once again for one of the full trailers for the show itself.
You keep her alive. And you said everything right.
Since the lyrics focus so heavily on mourning things that have been lost, this song is a perfect match for the crumbling world of The Last of Us. Number 7. Perry's actor should sound familiar.
Who did this?
We think it was outsiders. We found a truck loaded. It's not a federal vehicle, but they were heavily supplied. Could be mercs.
One of the most surprising and welcomed additions to the show was the militaristic character Perry. The strict survivor is played by Jeffrey Pierce. Around 10 years before the actor took on this role, he played a little character in the Last of Us franchise named Tommy Miller.
So why'd you leave Boston?
I've been on quite the adventure, little brother.
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
He was excellent at portraying Joel's troubled yet well-meaning brother in the games. Unfortunately, a bloater prevented the two from ever meeting. But we have a feeling that Pierce wouldn't have gotten along with Pascal's version of the character on the show anyway. In any case, we were glad to have Pierce in live action.
When do we tell the others?
Not yet.
Number 6. The Last of Us Part 2 antagonist Abby is hidden in plain sight. During the events of The Last of Us Part 2, a woman named Abby becomes one of Ellie's most hated enemies.
I can't let you leave.
I'm not doing this.
While we won't spoil anything for those who haven't played the games, just know that there's pretty much no chance they'll ever be friends. The Abby character doesn't appear in the show during Season 1. However, the actress that portrayed her actually does. Laura Bailey plays one of the nurses in the operating room.
Unhook her.
This is just 3 years after she won several awards by portraying Abby. Although we're unsure if Bailey will appear in the live-action series again, the game-changing character she voiced will definitely play a major role.
It's a lead. I gotta see it through.
Number 5. A Naughty Dog Easter egg. Gamers may have picked up on the fact that Left Behind is both the title of the episode and the name of the DLC story that fully introduced Riley. It's one of several fun nods to the show's gaming roots. After a Mortal Kombat poster appeared in the DLC, it became a main centerpiece in the episode.
You ready?
Yeah.
Ellie's treasured Sony Walkman pays homage to the game company that was once the exclusive home of The Last of Us. But the sneakiest Easter egg came when the immune survivor was meeting with a Fedra captain.
Can't see where this is going? Let me help you out. 2 paths ahead of you.
When he uses his keys as a metaphor, you can spot the Naughty Dog logo. Thanks to that company's work with Sony, we got the game that inspired a thrilling and layered series.
Mother, it's 2 minutes. Or 2 days. We don't give that up.
Number 4. Glimpses into Ellie's future.
You can do anything you want. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Although Ellie was still thinking about what she'll do with her life after meeting up with the Fireflies, the 6th episode gave us plenty of hints at what she'll get up to. The narrative provided yet another hint that Joel will take Ellie to a space exhibit in the future. Additionally, she was introduced to a very specific horse.
No way.
That's our newest one. Couple months old. You want to pet her?
Yeah, what's her name?
Shimmer.
Shimmer. She's so beautiful.
Shimmer would go on to become a loyal companion for Ellie throughout the second game. Last, but certainly not least, we saw the immune survivor devote time to taking care of sheep in The Last of Us Part 2. While Ellie may make fun of Joel for wanting to do the same on the show, she may take up the profession to feel closer to him in the future.
What kind of sheep?
We'll see. One step closer to your dream.
Number 3. Animal Easter eggs.
Don't scare it.
I won't.
One of the most iconic scenes in gaming history in the 21st century saw Joel and Ellie coming across a giraffe in the wild. The scene was praised for its unique nature, optimism, and symbolism about hope in the midst of a bleak world.
Oh, where's she going? Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Okay.
Throughout the series, eagle-eyed viewers could spot giraffes hidden in the background. There's a stuffed giraffe toy among the ruins of the city in Episode 2. The bedroom Ellie borrows in Episode 6 has both a poster of the animal and yet another plush on the windowsill. After all of these tiny hints, the payoff came in the finale when a family of giraffes brought hope to Ellie when she was feeling truly lost.
Is it everything you hoped for?
It's got its ups and downs. But you can't deny that view.
Number 2. Ellie technically kills Joel.
I still believe. It's been, the last 6 months have been hard.
No, you didn't miss a scene where Bella Ramsey's Ellie decided that taking care of Pedro Pascal's Joel was too much work and took him out. But the actress definitely did slay another actor who played him. Troy Baker provided the voice for Joel himself in the games.
I'm gonna mark it on the map. And it better be the same exact spot your buddy points to. Mark it.
After playing a character who protects Ellie, he stepped into the role of James and hunted her on the show. Seeing Baker go from being a complex hero to becoming an irredeemable villain was fantastic. In the end, Ellie had to slay him in order to escape. We can't deny that we were just a little sad to see the original Joel leave the show so soon.
I don't mean to question your sense of mercy, David. We can let her go.
We bring that girl back with us. She's just another mouth to feed.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The second episode basically confirms a viral fan theory. After The Last of Us premiere aired, Reddit user Anagnost suggested that flour was the reason the world got infected so quickly.
Where's the pancake mix?
Oh, was that? Yeah, it was. Sorry.
I was gonna make you birthday pancakes. I swear.
You know, I don't really like pancakes.
The internet sleuth pointed out that Joel notably didn't eat pancakes, the birthday boy forgot to get a cake, and the neighbor who turned consumed biscuits. A second user named Real Steamed Ham pointed out that the city of Jakarta produces a huge amount of flour. Not only was the city referenced in the first episode, but it's where the episode begins. Additionally, when a doctor is trying to get information about where people got infected, she's told that they worked with flour.
Jadi kapan ini terjadinya, Pak?
Kurang lebih 30 jam yang lalu, Bu.
Di mana?
Di pabrik tepung dan gabah di barat kota.
These details seem to suggest that a common baking item may have ruined the world.
Jadi tolong dengarkan saya baik-baik. Tidak ada obat. Dan tidak ada vaksin.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.